For a sport known for its elegance and gentlemanliness, there have been quite a few controversies over the years. While some golfers are beloved by fans and critics alike, others have been known to rub people the wrong way. For instance, a name you're all familiar with, especially recently, Patrick Reed.
They call them hands for a reason.
Yeah, it's just a clinic out here, at least today in terms of the short game.
Who seems to have more red flags than a communist parade, and the popular equivalent of a root canal. Despite having skills that could put even decent golfers to shame, he's got a tendency to bring drama to the golf course like a bad soap opera, and is known to play fast and loose with both the balls and the truth, much to the annoyance of fans and his fellow golfers. And don't even get us started on all the family drama he brings with him. The guy's made more enemies with his family than a game of Monopoly on Christmas. But hey, at least he's got a tight-knit relationship with his wife's family, including his brother-in-law, who also tags along as his caddy. Reed's relationship with other players isn't all that great either. To put it simply, whenever they see him approaching, they head for the opposite direction faster than you can say four. But hey, everyone loves a good mystery, right? So if you're feeling curious, you may want to dive into his colorful college golf years and find out why he's always such a hot topic. Readers beware, you're in for a scare. Totally didn't steal that from Goosebumps. Moving along now to another name that irks the very soul of all three of us golf fans out there.
What a perfect shot. That was just beautifully played.
Brooks Koepka.
Here's Brooks Koepka over at the fourth.
At 235. Player's starting to feel a little more carry.
Who's made a name for himself as the king of confidence in the golfing world, and he's not afraid to let everyone know it. He thinks he's the best golfer on the PGA Tour and flaunts his abilities like he's got a trophy room full of majors. Sure, golfers need a little bit of swagger to succeed, but Koepka takes it to the next level. The good news is, when he's playing well, he's a blast to watch. The bad news is, when he starts talking, he's like a one-man ego trip. Even Woods, who is no stranger to confidence, wasn't quite as outspoken as him. So, if you're a fan of drama-free golf and players who let their clubs do the talking, Koepka may not be the golfer for you. Moving on though, it's time to talk about the guy who's already mentioned twice already.
Still not follow through.
Tiger Woods.
Great angle for Tiger. That's a little walk up by Tiger. He likes
right
it.
at it.
And it checks up.
Damn, who would have thought that the greatest golfer of all time would end up on the list of the most disliked golfers? How the mighty have fallen. Woods was once the undisputed king of the golf course, but he ended up getting a bit too caught up in his personal problems and made some questionable decisions. That's putting it lightly. Suddenly, he went from being one of the most beloved golfers to one of the most hated. It was a sad sight to see, but thankfully, the former legend has since made a comeback and become a model citizen, even earning back the respect of the public. And let's be real, the accident he had back in 2021 just made him even more of a charming underdog that we can't help but root for. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that he's made a huge impact on the game of golf. Speaking of love-hate relationships, you can't help but mention Phil Mickelson.
Doing his round.
Battle.
Who's like the Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of golf. One minute he's making bold statements that ruffle feathers, and the next he's being a gentleman offering a helping hand to fellow golfers in need. He's a legendary golfer and a household name, well respected for his skills on the green, but despite his tendency to stir up trouble with his words, he's shown a softer side on occasion, like when he played the role of babysitter for John Rahm's family. Still, as he gets older, Phil becomes more and more vocal and opinionated. But hey, that's all par for the course in the aging process of golfers. And for all you lefties out there, he's definitely got a special place in your hearts, since the dude's one of the main reasons you can swing with the best of them. However, it seems like having an attitude also comes naturally with age for golfers.
You can do it. Take that.
He likes it. He's still watching it.
Such as in the case of Ian Poulter.
Just over 160. Even though he does clip it. the other side of that ridge. That's it.
This guy's like the peacock of the PGA Tour, always showing off his flashy personality and unique sense of style, with his funky hairstyles, colorful clothing, and quirky pre-shot routine. He's got more confidence than a karaoke singer with a microphone, and isn't afraid to speak his mind even if it may end up offending some folks. Some may believe that he's got a bit of an attitude, but hey, when you're that good at golf, you can afford to be a little cocky. And while some fans enjoy watching the quiet, unassuming players work their way to the top, Ian's antics on the course are a refreshing change of pace. Though he may not be the most relatable or inspirational figure for amateur golfers looking to make it big, he's definitely one of the most entertaining to watch. However, at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal taste. So if you're a fan of flashy, bold, and unapologetic golfers, Poulter's your man.
Pretty good. It's just such an unbelievably sparkling.
But if there's one guy who doesn't seem to have any redeemable qualities, it's Rory Sabatini. Most of the people I've mentioned so far have only ever earned the ire of fans. But here's a guy who's hated by both fans and players alike. Sabatini's reputation for being rude and difficult to work with is like a rough patch on the green. He's caused multiple conflicts with top golfers and even needed to have the PGA Tour commissioners step in to act as referees. With a short fuse and hot-headed behavior, much like the previously mentioned Patrick Reed, Sabatini brings drama to the course like a bad soap opera. So if you're a fan of conflict and excitement on the greens, he may be the golfer to watch. It's almost like a hole-in-one for entertainment. Still, despite his unpopularity and lack of skill compared to others on the tour, he manages to pocket more than just a casual putt. A different kind of green, if you catch my drift. Talk about a birdie in the bank, huh? Was that enough golf puns for you? All right, I'll stop. But not before talking about the cream of the crop, Bryson DeChambeau, a fresh-faced and youthful player on the PGA Tour who's caught everyone's eye with his remarkable long drives. He's built like a brick outhouse, perfect for hitting the ball a country mile. However, not everyone's a fan of his focus on yardage. It almost seems as if he's trying to turn the sport into a game of who can hit the ball the farthest. Back when the guy was just getting started, he was seen as a quirky player who managed to make us all smile. But as time went on, some of his comments and actions made us all groan. This is probably because he's still growing up and learning how to be a professional golfer. If he manages to figure that bit out, he'll be a force to be reckoned with. And that's not even mentioning his feud with Koepka. It's like watching two kids argue over whose dad could beat up the others. It's a bit childish and unprofessional to say the least, but hey, it sure is entertaining. After all, who doesn't like a bit of drama? But hey, that's all there is for the most disliked golfers out there right now. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.